Get off my goddamn phone, then.
You wanna, if you want. Not a requirement, but not a big requirement, but it does help if you pay attention a little.
Just a bit. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I was falling asleep on you last night. I was beat. I was exhausted.
No, we went on early. Whoops. That's okay.
I got up about 3 o'clock to pee, and I'm like, I should check to see if he's still on. I'm like, no, he's probably done by now.
Hey, La Gorda 62. Welcome.
La Guarda.
This is so good, this stuff.
What is it? Is that Hispanic soda that I see in the grocery all the time?
Apple. It's apple flavored. It's cider. But yeah. But this
I
brand,
like cider.
that brand in particular, is so good. That's the best one, I think.
I like cider. It mixes very well with rum.
Oh, I haven't tried that. I could have to. I gotta go get me some rum now. Somebody want to buy me some rum? I'm out of rum completely. Hey, Alma Wolf. What up, Wolf? Amanda, Jessica Lee.
Night Pink. Night Pink in the hizzy.
Ashley. Hey, you got the notifications. Awesome. Punk. What up, Punk? Valerie. Apple. Okay. Apple
cider and Apple Crown.
Apple Crown is so freaking good.
I really haven't had it. Does it taste like a Granny Smith apple?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's just enough apple flavor to make the Crown so good.
Because I like a Granny Smith.
For your information, everyone, I love Crown. And Crown Royal is so good. Crown Apple's even better. And I think there's another flavor. Oh, so I was at the Texas Roadhouse recently. I ordered
I love that place.
I ordered a rum and Coke. You know how they usually ask you, what kind of rum do you want?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't ask, and the lady brought it, and I realized it's coconutty, very coconut flavored in there.
Oh, so Malibu.
Probably, yeah. And it ruined it. I didn't enjoy it. Give me Bacardi. Give me Captain Morgan. But don't assume I want coconut flavor.
Captain Morgan's silver rum is really good.
Yeah. Don't assume that I want coconut in my rum.
Hello, Teresa.
Mixing my Coke. Coca-Cola, that
yeah,
is.
Coconut Coke. Yeah, that's just no, that's wrong.
Hey, Teresa, Tina, Maria.
You know, when they serve you a coconut Coke, you kind of want to play that song. No. Oh no. No.
Yeah, it was bad. Okay, let's get to it.
I wish I could find that.
I bet you can find it on YouTube.
I bet you could.
Welcome to the VT Chronicles for Wednesday, July 20th, 2022. The madness continues, as it does. Just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier.
No, say it isn't so.
This is the early morning edition.
Early morning edition.
Yeah, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Early morning edition, early edition. In Chicago, you've got two newspapers. You got the morning edition, then you got the afternoon or evening edition.
Not anymore.
Really?
And you know what they do on Fridays now?
What's that?
They give you one paper, and it's called the weekend edition. And they charge you $6 for one paper that isn't even an eighth of an inch thick.
Ugh.
It's ridiculous.
Not worth it. Teresa, yes, she did this morning. There was another live this morning. Oh, Crown Royal Peach. I haven't tasted that one yet.
Well, that sounds good.
Oh, man, it does sound good, doesn't it?
Peach color.
Valerie. If I miss anybody, I apologize. Hey, Gina. Kimberly, welcome to the VT Chronicles, and I think let's get right to it. Bam's got to do something.
Yeah.
He's got to step away in a little while, so we're going to try to squeeze this in
Do it.
before he can take off.
Yeah,
So,
if we shout you all out, we'll never get to my entertainment, my crackhead TV.
Crackhead TV. Let's see. Let's make sure I got anybody here. Who else? Valerie, Eliana. Glad you could make it. Wolf, man, nice to see you, bro. Hope you're doing good. Wolf's a good guy. Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Okay. You ready? I'm ready.
Do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. And same pink bandana, same gray shirt.
I got to cut that
3
music.
days now.
I'm going to mute this for her until she starts speaking, because she's got her
Hi, Jessica from Kelly.
little road music. Still music playing, so audio's
We have
fine.
Boston in the hizzy.
Boston.
Boston, what is that? Shirley?
All right, still got the music playing, so I'm gonna keep the music off until.
Look at her aviator glasses. As she's flying down the highway.
She's
Wind
flying
in
all
her
right.
hair.
She's flying all right.
Well, of course she is. I think she's ready.
Okay. Going.
So, to clear up any confusion, right? Hello,
Hi, Peggy.
hello. My name is Vanessa Tijerina, and I'm coming at you live here in South Texas.
Can you turn her up?
So, to address anybody that's going to troll me,
Christina from
and I hate
Boston.
that I have to always add this.
Boston.
Bast.
Where are you gonna park the car? I'm just kidding. I know everybody does that too. I imagine.
This isn't your business.
Get a new joke.
Okay?
Yeah, right.
It's not. Yeah, I don't have any makeup on. None. I'm okay with that. I totally.
Are you?
Too late.
What else? Oh, I have ADHD and I'm on the spectrum, which means
Go.
I'm different than the majority of you watching. I'm
Oh, we
neurodivergent.
know you're different. We know you're different.
I think I got all of it out of the way, right? Finally, right? Right. Hello, Lula Correa, ¿cómo está? Buenos días. So, yesterday, I did something that I had never really done before.
No.
And what it was is that I was making a video regarding Uvalde, some of the questions that I still had in my mind. Somebody mentioned something about, somebody made some, statements about the inactions of one of the officers, and I commented on that too.
Okay, I'm gonna interrupt her for a moment. I know she keeps saying she's making these videos about Uvalde, but it turns into a real manure show, a crap show, where it's this much about everything else and this much about Uvalde. So she should
And
quit
this
saying,
much of her bullying.
she should quit saying it's a show about Uvalde. It's really a show about herself with a little bit of Uvalde put in there, just so we set that record straight.
Just a little bit.
Are we clear? Everybody clear? Everybody
I'm clear.
good? All right.
Moving right along.
It's down below, the video's down below. And then at the end of basically finishing talking about what I wanted to say regarding Uvalde, I let Uvalde know that I'm really proud of them, first of all. They're really, really holding their leaders' feet to the fire, which we all have the right. It's democracy. That's democracy. If anybody has a problem with democracy, they're not a patriot. If anybody has a problem with democracy, they're corrupt. And if anybody has a problem with democracy, they're not a constitutionalist.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's the problem, is that they don't like it when the lower class decides to implement democracy.
The lower class implements
So I'm
it.
really proud, and I said that yesterday. And I also stated that some of us would like to see a picture of both of the schools, but if the layout is pretty much good, then we're good. We don't need to see a picture of both of the schools. But if you all start to think about it and be like, you know what? Yeah, the other school is better protected than Robb Elementary. That matters. That means you've had school leadership. If that's the case, that means you've had a school leadership in charge of your school budget that charges you school taxes, that takes grant monies and stuff like that to also add to their funding along with your school taxes. And that means that they are not distributing the money equally to such a degree that you can see a stark difference between the security level of the schools.
Where's this heifer come up with this shit?
I don't know. And this will get better. This is just some of the... It'll get better.
And then
stick with it.
At the end,
Stick with it.
Of course, as always.
I'm sticking.
I had some Karens try to come at me. Now, I want to give you a little bit of evolution of how I started to use that term. See, I didn't coin that term.
Who did?
Y'all know what it means to coin a term?
No. Why don't you enlighten us?
That means
Please.
to create a phrase or a word that now becomes common knowledge. To such a degree, I do believe that if you look up Karens in Merriam-Webster, it most likely is on there because it's used so often. And Merriam-Webster is the foremost, is our foremost standard.
Let me look it up.
The gold standard of the use of words, especially here in America. And it lets us know everything about a word, how to pronounce it, where it derived from, how it was coined, the year it was coined, the year, all of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in order for a word to get into a dictionary, it has to be used very common enough to where Merriam-Webster's like, you know what, we're going to have to add this because everybody's using this.
Okay, I'm at Merriam-Webster's, and guess what it says for Karens?
What?
The word you entered isn't in the dictionary.
Oh.
Click on a spelling suggestion below or try again using the search bar above. So I tried Karens, apostrophe S. Then I tried Karen, just Karen. And it's a member of a group of people of Eastern and Southern Myanmar. There's no derogatory term or anything like that right here. So,
well, we probably need to get off of an English language dictionary and find more of a slang dictionary. I bet you should be in a slang dictionary.
Probably in the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
So I wasn't using that word.
Sure.
See, I always had dealt with people like that, and I didn't really speak of them because I was alone a lot as a child. So it's not like my grandmother was gonna know anything about that either, right? So, and I was basically always just by myself, even at school, because I was obviously different. So you know how it is for children with ADHD and autism, or one with autism and one with just ADHD. You know how it could be parents. And some of you are parents with those same diagnoses. They used to be kids in the 80s and 90s. So we know, right? We know. Those that know.
Pause it for a sec.
And
okay.
So I had been dealing.
Pause for a sec.
So I don't know if you've seen this morning, she did a little TikTok video with Karen. And I don't know if it's this Karen or not, but the video, she was bullying a Karen, and she had this a quilt spread out on a sofa, and it was a very beautifully made quilt. And it said Karen on it. I'm a Karen, and I don't know if it was a joke or what, but I mean, it was a cool quilt, and it's like, I would so own that quilt if I could. But I just read this statement from Karen here. So my crackhead blew up her inbox. I just kind of wanted to point that out.
Yeah. I got in touch with Mindy, by the way. Remember last night I sent a message to Mindy?
Yeah.
Mindy responded, and she would love to be on the show just to discuss this little event that happened. So that looks like that'll happen tomorrow. But we'll get back
Karen
to that.
says, and Karen said it was her that she was doing the video on with the quilt.
It was her. Okay. All right, we'll continue.
With these little kids, actually, even since nursery school, I had a little Karen one time. I had somebody had gifted me. I was going to nursery school. I must have been 3 years old because the next year we were all in kindergarten. And I was at nursery school, and I was too young to go to the library, I remember.
Do you remember when you were at nursery
Because
school?
I didn't go there till
I do.
4.
I remember
So
every
nursery
second of
school.
nursery school. Not.
And so when I was in nursery school, I had a set of a strawberry shortcake jewelry set that my grandma, I believe, had gotten me because I love strawberry shortcake.
All I remember from kindergarten
And
is one large table
I had the necklace.
about
and I had
2
the
feet
bracelet,
off the
and I had
ground
ring.
with little mini chairs and
I didn't know
plastic
that
letters on the
Karen
table,
back then.
crayons. That's all I remember.
But
I don't remember hardly
it's
anything in
taken me
kindergarten.
44 years to hone. Remember, I told you I am a sucker for kindness. I
Sure
really,
you
I really am, even to this day.
Of course
That's
you
funny.
are.
The difference between 44-year-old Vanessa and 3-year-old Stephanie, because Stephanie is the name that I was called before I was 10, is that that's my middle name, is that Stephanie was new to the world and she hadn't yet learned lessons in regards to people that pretend to be kind, right? So this little Karen, which I didn't know what she was back then, but she befriended me, and there was a little group of them that actually remained friends. They remained friends forever, right? And then later on, I find out that she didn't have to do what I'm about to tell you that she did, because she came from one of the richest families in Raymondville. So she had no
Well, good
reason,
for her.
except she didn't have a strawberry shortcake ring. I
Of course
did.
she didn't, because you had the
She
only one
didn't.
in
Her friends
existence.
didn't. I did. So I had something that they wanted. Doesn't that sound familiar?
No.
I had something that they wanted and that they wanted to display on their bodies. And I so stupidly let her, she was like, can I wear it? She never gave it back to me. Ever. She never did. And I remember everything like it was yesterday. I know exactly who it was. I know the name of everything. All of it. I know everything. If I tell you something about a memory, you better believe that I remember the name, the location, where we were sitting in that nursery school. That nursery school is
The
still
date,
there, actually.
the time,
it's renamed.
everything.
I could literally even go to the nursery school and show you the exact place that we were sitting when that happened.
Oh, I bet you could.
Yeah.
And it'd be a lie.
So she never gave it back to me.
Oh.
When I asked her about it, right?
Oh.
Okay. That was just the first time.
That was just the first
Then
time.
I had
The
a little
first
Kevin.
time.
You know, Karen and Kevin. His name wasn't Kevin. He was actually half Mexican and half white. The other girl was completely white. She was Polish, actually. And it was in nursery school. The same one. And it was in the playroom. And I don't know why I was playing with him, but because I was playing with, the little people toys. And he was playing, because we had maybe 5 or 6 between us, and I had 3 and he had 3, and it was a little people garage. And
Where's she
We were
going
just
with
playing.
this?
And all of a sudden,
No clue.
I don't know what happened.
I agree,
Literally.
Monique.
I have no idea what happened because we were just playing. And I remember the little garage being like between us, and I had my little people and he had his little people on that side. And we were little kids. We were 3. Maybe at this time I was 4. Maybe I was 4. He was a year younger than me, I think. 3. So we were playing.
I agree.
And all of a sudden, out of the blue, this was the first violent attack that I had, literally, at that age.
The first silent attack.
My grandmother protected me so well that every trauma, and I've experienced every trauma. Not just being taken hostage and being gagged and bound and beaten. No, not just that. Like literally every time, every abuse you can imagine, every kind, everything.
Zaz in the house.
Okay? In my childhood, it never happened in my home. Ever. It always happened in a place that was supposed to.
Hey, Tina, welcome. Thank you.
You would expect your child
That's awesome.
to be protected. So as we were playing with the little people and the garage,
I don't know what little people in the garage is.
I don't know what she's talking about either.
He had some kind of, I don't know why he got upset. That was on my side. He was on his side.
Is this going somewhere? Or are we interested in this?
Like he went towards me. He lunged at me. And then I saw his head go down on my chest. And I was completely, remember, I'm on the spectrum.
Are we still in nursery school at this point? I don't know.
This happening to a little girl.
So she knew back then that she was on the spectrum?
Of course she did.
Is that what she's saying?
I remember quickly, like I looked down and he was like right here. And I was like, why is your head right here? Oh, he was biting me.
Okay, hold on. Okay. And in nursery school, are little girls even thinking about, what is you doing here on my chest? I mean, nursery school age? I mean, nothing is developed or anything, right?
Nothing.
Are kids even thinking about that? Really?
In nursery school, you're what? 2, maybe 3? First off, how the hell do you even have memories of this? Which you probably don't.
And how is she even conscious of her? She's assuming, it's not like she's saying that the dude was on her breasts, on her chest, and then biting her. Lunged at her. But do little girls that small even think about their boobs or know anything about them or
no? I mean
that could be wrong. I know it depends on the families and how you talk to your children about things. None of my business. But just overall, generally, right? Girls don't think, they're not thinking about
nothing.
Anyway, just had to get that out there.
Didn't know it until I felt a searing, burning pain. It was unconscionable. The pain was unconscionable. I was 4. I had never experienced a pain. For real, I had never experienced a pain like that. I was 4. I obviously didn't have. I had a chest because I was a little kid, right? And it hurt so bad. And I didn't know what had happened.
Well, when you get bit, it's going to hurt.
Something happened.
Well, yeah.
He lunged at me.
Just saying,
and he moved away, and I saw my shirt was torn. And I guess the teachers, I don't know if I screamed or I don't know what happened, but the nursery school teacher came in, and she immediately knew he was a problem because he had already been a problem kid.
And you weren't at this point?
She immediately took him away, but then they assessed me. And they had to call my grandma to pick me up. My grandma was furious. Not at me. I didn't know what had happened, right? So when we got home, I knew my shirt was torn and I knew that my chest was hurting me. But when we got home, my grandma had to quickly take me to the doctor. Let
Tetanus
me
shot.
remind you before I tell you what it has happened to me. Actually, the trauma that I endured.
Okay. Okay. I sound like Joe Pesci from Lethal Weapon 2. Okay. So, something like that, where there's, let's say, an altercation between two 4-year-olds, and we're talking the same age, not an adult to a child, but a child to a child. Little altercation like that, is that really? And I know everybody can be different. I mean, is that really a traumatizing event?
I'm going to have to go with a big fat no on this because you're 4 years old. Well, she said she was 4. The chances of you remembering this, about 98% you won't remember this.
Yeah, and I get it. There's certain things I remember from kindergarten, maybe here and there.
I
But
mean, if it
but
was a
it's
life altering event, yeah, you'll probably remember it.
yeah, but a little. There was a kid who pushed me to the ground. I don't remember why. I don't remember who it was. I just remember I got up and went about my day. I don't know. It didn't traumatize me. I mean, I suppose it could, but anyway.
I mean, I'm just waiting for the day that she says, "Well, one day I was in my mother's womb, and I decided to start sucking on my toe instead of my finger." And I remember that day.
She remembers, yeah, in the womb, yeah.
I'm waiting for
He
it.
had an overbite, like big 2 front teeth, and I mean what you call like rodentia like. Mm-hmm. Rodentia is the whole family of rodents, in binomial nomenclature.
She can remember he had an overbite.
That's how his
yeah.
teeth were. Even as a kid, his baby teeth were like that. If you were to see him now, his teeth are like that.
I don't even remember like faces of back then.
And
I remember we were all little people, but that's all I remember. I don't remember faces and features and overbites. And
they did not want him to. After he did that to me, they didn't allow him to stay there that day.
That. She
Literally,
remembers
they
everything.
called his mom. That's why they knew right away when they got in the room that I was not the problem, right? Because of course she was always causing problems. So I remember his mom getting there, and his mom has actually turned into one of my haters now. I don't know if she hates me as much, because now some of the people that she had, got together with to hate me, have turned on her. So that's a whole weird dynamic there. But
now the little boy's mom hates you. Current hater.
Right? If you're watching. Remember when you had to go pick up your kid? Because I remember I had never seen a lady like you. But anyway, I digress.
No.
So I get there. His mom gets there, takes him away, right? And then my grandma gets there, and I'm like in such pain, right? I will never forget that. I will never forget thinking, how weird, what is he doing putting his head right here? And then feeling like a burning, like it just felt like a burning. It was so painful. So
was it burning or was it stabbing?
Fun, right? It came out like right out of the blue.
I don't know. She remembers vividly.
He turned into an adult with a bad temper, by the way, just so you know. And a bullish type.
No.
Although he found God, right? Anyways. So when I get home, my grandma saw that my shirt had been torn, but she didn't see that I had been hurt. Oh. And I think the nurseries, I don't know why she didn't see it, but she waited till I got home and she opened up my shirt. Because when I was little, I would wear boys' clothes. I don't know why. And so I love them till this day. I love wearing Western pearl snap button shirts. And when I was 4, that I would wear those a lot. And so,
Nothing
and I
wrong with
remember
that.
her unbuttoning the buttons. And then I remember she got so mad when she saw my chest. Because what he had done with those teeth, just imagine just imagine the areola of a baby, of a child, 3, 4, tiny.
Why would I want to imagine
He
that?
bit through
That's
my whole
disgusting.
areola,
He
the whole
bit
thing,
through her whole.
the whole thing.
Nipple area.
He barely missed my nipple. That he
Okay,
bit
no.
through the
Okay,
whole
so
thing.
I'm gay, so I don't know what
Literally a
an
chunk
areola
of
and a
my
nipple is.
skin.
I mean, isn't the whole thing isn't the whole thing a nipple?
The So the nipple is the part that usually will stick up a little bit. Some don't.
Okay,
Some
so
more than others.
just the tip is the nipple.
The areola is the whole dark area around it.
Okay. Now I have that straight.
Generally speaking, I'm not a biologist, right?
Or a doctor or anything, but
Or
okay.
doctor. I'm not an OBGYN.
That's all I needed to know. The nipple is actually the tip, and the rest of it's the areola. Okay, got it.
Some breast knowledge, but
I
we
have
won't
absolutely
get
no
into
breast
that right
knowledge.
now. I will not get into that right now.
Was hanging.
Hanging.
And I had to go
Oh,
to
we
the
got to back this up.
doctor. And
Okay, hold on. Let me go back.
Yeah, we got to back
the
that
whole
up
thing.
because now
The
it's
whole
hanging
thing.
there.
Replay.
He barely missed my nipple. That he bit through the whole thing. Literally a chunk of my skin was hanging. And I had to go to the doctor. And they fixed, it got fixed. To this day, I still have, to this day, you can see there's something happened to me.
Oh, it would be called a scar.
Those were my first encounters.
But don't you
At
think
3
that
and
there would
4.
be blood all over the shirt?
Right?
With white folks that should have shown me hate and
White
indifference.
folks.
3 and 4. On a mind of a person with autism. Can you imagine now what it's like when you come to my page and you have a problem? That I have a problem?
Oh, we know you have a problem.
Showing
That's
hate
not
and
your problem,
indifference.
but you have a problem.
You can hate me all you want.
So
that's not a bad thing. You can hate whoever all you want. The problem is when you start to.
Okay, for the record, again, for all those new viewers, welcome. Glad you're here. I'm not a hate page. I don't hate her. I don't even know her. Really, to be honest, I don't know her. Talked to her on the phone once 2 years ago. Interviewed her on a program back then. And that's it. Just been following all the antics. So I don't hate her. Hate is a strong word.
I don't hate her either. I just she's my crackhead entertainment. She's my crackhead TV. I make fun of some of the shit that she says because it's just like, how? Makes no sense.
I like to contradict things that she has to say on some of the topics she talks about. I like to point out to everyone, this is who your candidate is, who's going to be running or is running for whatever. You should be informed.
Oh, yeah.
Do your research. Well, I'm helping you do some research. This is who wants to run for office.
And people are trying to assassinate her?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's on the hit list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like RFK and JFK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know if I should. True. She didn't talk about any blood. I imagine there'd be blood all over the place.
I would think. I mean, it's kind of like a common sense thing. If you're you're hanging there by a piece of skin, I mean, I would think there's going to be blood, at least some sort of blood going on.
Right, but there's no mention of a bloody shirt.
None whatsoever, which makes me believe lie.
If I would have said that, man, I got bit, man, there was blood all over the place. I didn't hear a thing about blood. wouldn't that require surgery to replace that, not just a Band-Aid or those tape sutures or whatever?
Okay,
Wouldn't
so
that require surgery? She just went
when
to
I
the
had
doctor.
my breasts removed because I had excessive fat, they actually removed my nipple, my areola, whatever. They removed it, and they sewed both of them back on. And there was a chance of them dying because they didn't have blood flow to them, and they even told me that there's a chance that they could die. So same kind of situation here, I would assume, if it's just hanging there by a piece of skin. I'm trying to make this not as graphic as I possibly can.
Yeah, impossible.
I'm sorry, but they got sewn on fine, and I would think that it's some sort of surgical talent needed. I don't think a doctor can just do it. I think you'd actually have to have a plastic surgeon do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of placement and everything like that.
Well, let's see where the story goes.
Affect them with your hate. No, that's what you're not going to do that to me. So I didn't know that there was a name for people like that.
People like what?
And then the 90s came.
Nippleless people?
All those years passed.
What people is she talking about?
And of course I was bullied through all those years by the same...
I have no idea.
White kids.
Is there a name for nippleless people?
And a song came out called Baby Got Back. A lot of y'all know that is one of my favorite songs. I know every single word. Literally every single word.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Every single word. I love it. If it comes out in the grocery store, wherever it comes out, I will bust out and for real. I'll become the lyrical gangster right then and there.
Yeah, you a gangster, all right.
So Baby Got Back came out. And the beginning was very like,
ouch. Yikes.
To a lot of people didn't really notice the beginning of that song, but I did. Because I knew I had dealt with girls like that.
Yo, Moxie.
And this is what she says at the beginning of that Sir Mix-a-Lot song. Oh my God, Becky. Look at her butt. Mm-hmm. It is so big. She looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends. Who understands those rap guys anyways? They only talk to her because she looks like a total prostitute. Then the music. Dun, 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 dun. They only talk to her because and they say the word black. But I immediately related. Immediately.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
And I was like,
why? Because you got a big ass, like you tell us every day.
And so then from then on, in my mind, and to
right, I got a big ass.
I would refer to people like that, hateful women especially, as Becky's. Way before it was Karen's, it was Becky's. Way before it was Karen's. Way before that.
But nobody was
now,
mad at Becky.
The advent of our society has allowed Black folks to stand up against racism. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the Black culture that coined the term Becky. I'm sorry. They coined actually both terms.
Oh, they did?
Becky
and
Karen.
Oh.
So this is my question.
Hey, Farrah.
So I'm just wondering.
Farrah's in the house.
Hello, Sarah.
I agree.
Okay, before I go there, let me say this. So right just below here, I give you all thank you for being kind post. And then just below that, I share an article from CNN.
Ugh.
And I put my own caption on it when I shared it.
Yeah, because CNN is trusted news.
Yeah,
Democrat. Oh, sorry.
You see, when Black folks chose to use the word Karens, and then when ladies all over the United States started to show themselves as as the same kind of hateful behaviors, all of them. Right? The word and the meaning, and it grew like wildfire. And then we discovered that there's even brown Karens and black Karens. Oh yeah. Yeah, there is.
Who knew?
Because Karens,
Yeah.
Male
even though when we
Karens,
think of a
female
Karen, we think of
Karens.
a white, hateful woman, right?
What? But
Every
why do they
time I
got to be called a
watch-
Karen?
A white, hateful
Every time I watch this,
Nah.
I feel like I've learned so much. There's so
Really
much in the
what it
world that I
is
didn't know about.
Because now we know
It's
that
going to
they're
take me
in every
decades to get my
color.
brain cells back that I lose watching her. I don't understand why we got to call them a Karen. I don't get
We
it.
think of a Karen as a hateful woman. A woman that
I've known
shows an
several
extreme
Karens
amount
that
of
are really
hate.
sweet.
Entitlement,
Entitlements?
power, wanting to retain some kind of power.
You
Yes, even black.
You ever think
black
about you
have
are
to deal
a
with black
Karen
Karens.
that you like to call
Hispanics
people?
have to deal with
You're like a
Hispanic
huge
Karens.
freaking Karen
Whites
with a
have to deal
capital
with
K.
white Karens, and it just kind of seems like all the rest of us have to deal with the white Karens.
Was she being a Karen when she went to the CPS and confronted everybody at the CPS office over there?
I love that song.
Well, she was being
I hear
a
you
royal
saying that. I love that song. That was the first
witch.
song
A royal
that let
Karen?
me
But
know
yeah, I don't like using the term
to
Karen
have an
because I
act
know a
that I
lot
love.
of people
okay.
by the name of Karen, and they're extremely
I
sweet.
love Sir Mix-a-Lot for making
Queen
that song.
Karen, maybe? Queen Karen?
Absolutely love it, because I was like, they are not talking about. You'd rather have your women like FloJo? You don't like the beanpole babes in the magazines? You really think that they ain't it, Miss Thing? For real? That song gave me confidence.
Baby got back?
That
Baby
is one
got
of the
back?
lines.
Gave her
That's
confidence?
one of the lines in the Sir Mix-a-Lot song. I like big booties and I cannot lie.
Okay, wait. Sir Mix-a-Lot, I like big butts. Gave her confidence?
Mm-hmm. Because she says she has a big ass. She said it several times.
Okay,
Well, yeah, I've seen a full picture of her. Yeah, I mean she does look short, but I don't think she looks like she's got a big ass. Now, you want to see a big ass, you'd see this thing following me. That's a big ass. Okay, well she got a plump booty. It ain't big.
That not all men are the same. So if you scroll below, I shared the CNN article, and it's becoming a big deal because this Karen is aging.
As
the one
everybody
in the
does
picture
on a daily basis.
It's the article where it's a split screen, and it's a young black man, black and white picture, and an older white woman. You know what that story is, right? He catcalled her, supposedly. And they lynched him.
Okay. I know it's said down here, it's not supposedly. It's not supposedly. It's not. That word is one of my little pet peeves. It's not supposedly.
And now, supposedly, all these years later,
She said it again.
they want to put her in jail because she lied. That's Karen tendencies.
People don't go to jail just
That's
for lying.
Karen
If that was
behavior.
the case, she'd be locked up.
Whether you want to admit it or not. So unless Karens, you see, I feel bad for Karens. I used to feel bad for Becky's back then. Cause I would tell a
My
girl,
best
like,
friend's name was Becky.
don't you be acting like a Becky with me. No. So then Becky's didn't like that I used Becky because of the Sir Mix-a-Lot song.
Sure.
then Karens now have a problem. And it's so funny because they're passive aggressive about the way they say it. They want to let me know, well, you know, I like what you do, but I don't like that you use that word. What word do you want me to use? Is there another word that you want us to use? Tell me. Is there a
Doesn't
word
matter. That other
in
word
the
will offend
entire
somebody, so just deal with it.
English
Move on.
language that would be able to replace the word Karen?
Yeah.
To when you heard the word Karen,
A-hole.
you would know exactly
Witch.
Biatch. Witch. Why do you got to
kind
put
of
somebody's
language
even
woman's
worse.
name to it? I wonder who the original Karen was that inspired the use of
Y'all
this
hold it
word
within
Karen.
comments because you know I'm telling a story here.
She's telling a story.
Oh,
Don't
she's
interrupt
telling
her.
a story. Be quiet.
And if you can't think
We're halfway through, ladies and gentlemen.
of a word that could replace it, but your name is Karen. And I should have said this before I started this. If you don't agree with what I'm saying,
I'm over
you
here
can
like,
leave. Even if you've been a supporter or follower of mine for a long time,
Yeah, I
because I
think we
promise
all
you,
are.
you're gonna hold a resentment,
Shonda.
and me and you will eventually have it out. Let's
Oh,
avoid that.
eventually.
I'll love you from a distance, and I'll always be here if you need me for something. But you can unfollow me, and I'll be okay with it. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
So in the caption, when I shared it, I stated, this is one of the oldest Karens, because it's true.
Right, Mary?
Because it's true. No, don't worry. I'm gonna take care of Danny right now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
oh
it.
boy, somebody's in trouble.
You
Oh,
see
yeah.
when a Karen comes on your page? I'll do it right now. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I literally told her, she probably saw what happened yesterday, and it didn't bother her, or she hasn't seen it. And that may have changed her from coming on this post. But don't worry, I'll get to her right now. No, I'm gonna get to her. Do me a favor while I'm telling this story. Go to her profile and just come back to me and let me know if you feel that it's a real profile or not. Please. Because sometimes people will put a picture of a Karen and it's like a totally fake profile. Just let me know before I deal with her. But right now, I'm going to ignore her comments and then I'll come back to her. So you keep on
So
rattling
according
on.
to this woman,
Danny, I'll
if
get to you
you're
right now. I'm gonna
white
get
and
to
you're a
you, okay?
woman, you're a
I'm
Karen.
going to tell my story.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So
I just wanted to make sure that's what I was getting out of it.
And I captioned it. This is one of the oldest Karens that we know of. There was Karens on the plantations. They were the wives of the slave owners. Those are the first Karens. Just so you know. Where do you think this hate derived from? Where do you think this entitlement derived from? Where do you think this whole let me speak to the manager derived from? That is a systemic culture. So when you see me tell you to all my followers, to all my supporters, to my friends that are white, thank you for breaking the generational and ancestral racist curses of your ancestors and your
Give me a
descendants.
fucking
That's
break.
exactly what I'm talking about. Because you didn't allow it to infiltrate your life. You may have seen your great grandmother do it, or your grandmother, or your mom, but it ended with you. And I'm grateful for that.
You are the most racist person I've ever met in my life.
Thank you, Ms. Gill. So her profile is real. I'll deal with her right now. I'm very interested to see what she
Freaking Carl.
Karens fascinate me. Remember, I told you the other day, even if something is unpleasant, it will still sometimes fascinate me. Hate and the evolution of hate absolutely fascinates me. Mm-hmm. It starts wars, between nations. Literal. It starts wars in a nation with each other. Those are called civil wars.
No.
It starts war between peoples and cultures.
Wow.
What are those called?
It leads to being coined as a Karen, coining that term.
So Karen starts wars.
Yeah.
So
There we have it.
The
There we
Karen
have it.
Wars.
The Karen Wars.
The Karen
that I
Wars.
posted that.
The
And then I
War
said
of the
that.
Karen.
I have two questions, two things to say about that. First of all, if the people that have a problem with me, Vanessa Tijerina, a Hispanic, a brown woman, Hispanic. If you have the nerve for your name to be called Karen, right?
Oh crap. 33. Let's see if this is gonna come back here. 33.53. Okay, I'm gonna go to 34. Is it coming back? Is it coming back?
It's not coming back. Your upgrade sucks. I'm just putting that out there.
That's not my thing. That's not on me. That's not on me. Someone just refresh and jump to 34.
It's that lovely cable company called Spectrum.
What you mad at me for? What you mad at me for? But my more specific question is this. If you have never told a black person, I don't like it when you use that word, why do you think you could tell me? I identify Karens in the exact same way that black folks do. In the exact same way. Because I've had to deal with their all my life. It's Karens and Kevins that started the Civil War. Let's not forget that.
Kevins.
It's Karens and Kevins that defended slavery.
Kevin.
Let's not forget that.
Kevin, huh? I thought it was Terry.
Kevin. It's the Karens and
Kevins. It was a
Kevins.
Karen that led to the lynching of that black child.
See, I disagree with that. She did do something that led to the lynching with it, but I wouldn't call it a Karenish thing. Back then, it was something different. It was a real hate. It was a real hate, for blacks, for African Americans. Use the term you want. Not being disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean,
had nothing to do with Karen, or he didn't get lynched because he was rude to her. He got murdered because he was black. Period.
Yeah, I mean, it really sucks that people in this country just killed you for the color of your skin. I mean, and it's like, wow. I mean, the mentality of the people back then was just unbelievable.
And it's horrible what they did to him. If you haven't seen it,
is this which one is she talking about? Is this the Mississippi one?
Emmett Till. He's the boy. They went to grab him. They tied him up to a car. I think he's the one that they tied him up to a car. I mean, they did everything. Beat him. They shot him. They dragged him from a car. And he was so disfigured. The funeral home asked the mother, "You want a closed casket?" She said, "No. I want everyone to see what they did to my child." And it was an open casket. He was disfigured. It was sad.
Wow.
There are photos. If you want to look it up, you can look it up.
Wow. The mother had the balls
so
to do that.
So why are you mad at me?
Yeah.
This is like, I'm not even going to look down, and I'm really going to, well, why do you come over here, though? And ask me stuff about my kids. Do you not get it? You're faceless. It don't matter to me. Every post, you're fat. You're ugly. Where's your kids? You're not a nurse. You're not a biologist. You're not a paralegal. You're nothing.
Okay, that I believe, but I don't believe the people calling her fat or calling her that she looks whatever. I want to see receipts. I know people.
You want to see receipts?
I want to see receipts. I know people talk about, "Oh, where's your kids?" Or the crack video. What's going on with that? Or whatever. Yeah, I know people do. But I have a hard time believing. Well, maybe now I guess people are, since she bullies other people a lot lately. Maybe they are doing the same to her. But I don't know.
Well, and if you can dish it, you better be able to take it. Because if you can't take it, don't fucking dish it.
That's right.
You're ugly. You have ugly skin. What else? It's literally every day. Every day. Every day. But you don't do it with your faces. You don't do it with your faces.
All right. Well,
That's
I
the
got to go pick
problem.
up my nephew. I'll be back in about a
And
half
you do
hour.
it
If
and
you're
you
still on, I'll jump back
block
on.
yourself.
Okay. Damn it.
Janet.
This is so
Brad,
fucking annoying.
Janet. Brad. Janet. I love you.
You have the
All right, see you guys
nerve
later.
to, for your question is this.
All right, Bam. See you in a bit.
If you have never told a black person, I don't like it when you use that word, why do you think you could tell me?
Actually, this was only an hour roughly, but
There's no,
little less than 30 minutes.
I
left.
identify Karens in the exact same way that black folks do. In the exact same way. Because I've had to deal with their all my life. It's Karens and Kevins that started the Civil War. Let's not forget that.
Kevin's,
It's
Karens, and
Kevins
Kevins.
that defended slavery.
I thought dude Karens were called Terry. No? Am I wrong?
It was a Karen that led to the lynching of that black child. So why are you mad at me? This is like, I'm not even gonna look down, and I'm already gonna,
Oh, I'm gonna jump ahead a little
come
bit.
over here though. Don't worry about it.
Skipping that part that went bad.
And there we go. Okay. So if you're a Karen, why are you mad? If you are not out there telling black folks to not use the word anymore, then what makes you think you can come over here and tell me? No, I'm being serious.
What?
If you don't have the nerve, the bravery, because obviously you don't. You've never had the nerve, the bravery to ask a black person whose culture it was that coined the word Karen, but we cannot blame them because it is literally Karens and Kevins that have oppressed them since the beginning of time in the United States.
So she's saying
so they can't be blamed for it either.
Black people coined the term Karen.
Why are you coming to me? If I've never seen you, if I don't go to your page and I don't see you say, I don't like black people, because you would never do that. Because you're too afraid. You would never go to a Black Lives Matter page and tell them, hey, my name's Karen and I'm an activist like you are. And that was my grandmother's name. Your grandma may or may not have been a Karen, honey. First of all, let's just remember that. Second of all, okay, even though your grandma loved you, she may not have treated, other people, that great. But no. Let's just say your grandma is a very good person. Get mad at the people of your culture that tarnish the name. Be mad at them. Shit, if my name was Karen right now, I would be like, damn, I just got to accept the fact that why am I going to be mad at people for literally using a word that is now so iconic?
So, Karen has been researched. And in the New York Times, someone has actually referenced and made an executive decision, and they believe that the term Karen was invented innocently, but it was invented by, guess who? The comedian Dane Cook. You know who Dane Cook is? I'll give you more on that in a minute.
Why? Your anger is misdirected.
Okay, real quick, let me read this. This is funny. His 2005 comedy album contained a riff called "The Friend Nobody Likes." Quote, there is one person in a group of friends that nobody likes, Mr. Dane Cook says, using an expletive to emphasize how much they are disliked. They basically keep them there to hate their guts. When that person is not around, the rest of your little base camp, your hobby is cutting that person down. As an example of this person, he describes a woman named Karen. And so it's believed that Dane Cook kind of originated that whole term. I think that's funny. Where did if someone African American invented it or came up with that phrase, I need to see receipts. I need evidence.
So if you're an activist and I don't see you, tell me, show me a screenshot where you've gone to a Black Lives Matter page and you had that. I want to see you. I want to see you go to a Black Lives Matter page and tell them, hey, I'm an activist too, and I don't want y'all using the word Karen. See what happens. See what happens. I encourage you to. Because you know exactly what will happen. What bothers me is that you think that because I don't have as much melanin in my skin as a black person does,
Christ.
I'm more vulnerable? I'm an easier target? I'm less strong? Are you serious?
This is on in her own mind, all this.
The same kind of hate that a lot of black folks have felt from hateful women is the same kind of hate that I have felt my whole life.
You have no freaking idea what black people have gone through. You have no damn clue what black people have gone through or what their ancestors have gone through. You have no freaking idea at all whatsoever. And to pretend you do is ridiculous. Don't even pretend that you understand, you know, you feel the plight of the African American. So ridiculous.
From hateful women, as you all have seen all these weeks. No, they don't have to be just what. Man, Danny, I'll deal with your comments right now. No, Christine. You see, that's your problem. That's your problem. I'm telling you, white folks, please leave my page right now. I'm just straight out telling you. Leave my page right now if you cannot accept that I know that not all of you are like that. And I'm so happy that there are so many of you that speak against them. And a lot of y'all had told your own kind that are not Karens. I've seen you on here tell off Karens because you don't agree with them being Karens.
In fact, you don't even know what darker skinned Hispanics went through, darker skinned Mexican American people went through. You don't even know that either because you're very light skinned. You want to talk about privilege? All right. I bet you had some of that. A lot of people didn't even know you were Hispanic. And so don't even pretend you know. It's such a waste of time to argue with somebody like this.
This is white people telling white people, you're acting like a Karen. Get off my page. You're not going to move me. Not all white people are the same. But for you to get mad at me because you're a nice white Karen and you are mad, you wake up every day knowing your name is Karen and it was your grandma's name. And shit, the white society of America made it so black people literally, your people ruined that name for you. Black folks didn't ruin it for you, and Vanessa Tijerina didn't ruin the name for you. Your own people ruined it for you. Your own Karens. Your own. Your own. I love you, Mateo. That's a good one. Watch the Valley of Tears and then come back. I also come from Willacy County. If you've never seen the movie Valley of Tears, go watch it. I come from a county that literally had to rise against the white folks running the town. For real. The racial tensions were so high. But my people were strong. And we were stronger than the Kevins and the Karens at that time. And my people, the Hispanic people in that county, they got the outcome they wanted. And the white folks didn't like it so much. And a lot of them made a great exodus from the county. Okay, Christine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay.
This was from earlier. Della Thompson. This was from earlier this morning. She went on.
Bye, Tabitha. I don't remember asking you here. Bye. Bye, Tabitha. Vanessa don't need you here. Nah. No, bye. I ain't no victim. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. That's what I am. I'm a survivor. Victims would never, they'd be too afraid to use the name Karen. I freely say it. Whoever is making the hateful comments from a page where we don't know if it's one of you haters or a bunch of you haters making them, you do know, like, you're not getting, like, nobody.
This is so disgusting. It's
literally,
it's almost comical that she calls everyone else haters when she's clearly being the racist one here.
All right, let's deal with the hateful comments. So, did I say everything I had to say? If you have a word for us to use, but you know what? No. If I haven't seen you speak against the Black culture and told the Black culture, hey, y'all are the ones that are using Karen the most, plus you coined it. Because you won't do that shit. You know why? Because your Karens of your culture were the ones that caused them to create that name and use that term. Don't you come after a Hispanic woman that has felt the same, that they have felt from the same demographic, that they named Karens. Don't come at me. Seriously, did you really think that you could do this shit to me and not do it to a Black person? If you don't think that if you feel it in your mind, if your heart and mind tells you, don't you dare do that shit and tell that Black person not to say the word Karen. You look at me and you see that I'm a little bit lighter skinned. And so you see me weaker or what? And if that's the case, if you see me weaker because I'm Hispanic and I am not as dark as a Black person, then how should we see you? Since you're lighter than me.
Didn't the name Linda almost get used for a Karen for a little while?
How should we see you then?
I seem to remember that.
Because obviously, if you've never told a Black person, don't use the word Karen, that you thought you can tell me, that means there's something about me that you think is weaker, that you could tell me that. And the only difference I can see is that I'm not as dark. So by that logic, if I look weaker than them because I'm, not as dark, then if we go by your logic, then what would we think of you since you're lighter than me?
I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I'm lost. and I'm lost because I don't think of people by their skin color, and I don't think that there's racism everywhere. I don't look for racism. I grew up in Chicago. There was no racism there. I'm lucky that way. I was born in I called it, the melting pot, right? My neighborhood had everything. Mexicans, blacks, Puerto Ricans, Chinese, Koreans, Indian, you name it. We were all there. But yeah, I'm just lucky like that. But I don't go out looking for it. I don't expect that it's everywhere. But that's what they want you to do. That's what no offense, but that's what the liberal radical left wants you to do. That it's all about race. It's all about race. It's not about you individually. It's all about race. And that's what some of the points of CRT are. So keep that in mind.
All right, let's deal with these hateful comments.
All right, let the show begin.
Okay. Let's see. Matt, yeah. I should have asked my supporters not to say anything, because once you say something, then I already cannot. I was gonna deal with Danny right now, and I can't see any of her comments now. I can't, because it pushed them up. I won't be able to see them until I post the video. Let me see. Okay, here. I'm gonna deal with the comments that I can read. But people are already coming at you, Danny. Yeah, you look like a Karen, and you're acting like a Karen. So Danny Tagliavia states, "I'm sorry, but you sound like a Becky. I'm not a Becky. I'm far from it. I'm the thing that Beckys go after. I'm the thing Karens go after. First of all, you sound like a Karen. I'm sorry to say. So you are white? No, I'm a 9th generation Texan, which means my people are Hispanic. My people came from the Coahuiltecans, which was many little bands of Native Americans that were wiped out. We weren't lucky enough to be able to survive the white settlers that came over here and ravaged our people, literally took our land, everything. We weren't able to survive the way that the Navajo survived and the way that the Cherokee survives. So the Coahuiltecans, they died out really quickly. Those are my people. I'm not white. I'm Hispanic.
She's already wrong.
Deal with
She's
the
already
same
wrong.
bullshit
She doesn't
from
understand.
Becky's and Karens. You're a Becky. You're a Karen, and it shows. Azia Haney is already going after you, telling you,
as a Hispanics as a race, there is no Hispanic as a race. We have to check the white box. Did y'all know that? We have to check the white box. Next time you go to some application or something you have to fill out online or whatever it is, watch. Or when you go to apply for a passport or your ID or whatever, or college or whatever, keep that in mind.
LOL, Danny, your aggression about her opinion and stating facts screams you're a Karen as well. Thank you. Thank you. Get on with it then, is what she says. Thank you. You see? Do you Karens not know that? That Vanessa Who page, those are Karens. Those are probably Karens of my color, though. My brown color. But they're Karens just as well. Those are some cowardly Karens because they won't show their face. They won't. Oh, so you want to treat me, you want to act like a Karen and a Becky to me, and then you want to tell me this. Why are you Karens and Beckys so like passive aggressive? For real. You're so passive aggressive. That's what gives me slave master wife vibes. You're giving me slave master wife vibes.
Slave master
Danny?
wife
When
vibes.
you're giving me slave master wife Vibes.
What the hell does this woman know about slave master anything? Again, don't speak about something that you know nothing about. How can you possibly know what those vibes are? How can you possibly know that? And
That's what you're giving me. You know? How when the slave master wives would get so angry that their husbands would like see a little bit, you could tell that he likes this particular slave. She's really pretty or whatever, right? But how dare he, right? But you ain't gonna talk back to him because he'll beat your ass back then just the way that he would beat a slave.
Again, I'm sure that happened, but she talks like she was there. Like she knows from personal experience she was there.
In the same way he'd beat you. In the same way. In the same way, just because you were the wife, don't mean that you were going to get treated any better. And then you couldn't treat her too badly because that was his favorite slave. Then I wonder why it was his favorite slave. So you had to be passive aggressive. Not treat her bad, but not treat her good. Of course you're going to say. You can leave, Leslie Taylor Watson. Leslie Taylor Watson. Bye. Nobody else here. Who else? Who else? Ruth. You can leave too, Ruth. You can leave too. And who would like to comment? You can leave too. You can leave too. This is the most stupid combo I've ever heard. I'll say it like a Karen and a Becky voice too. Really? Justifying all Karens are racist? Is that what this was about? What about a Karen acting like a Karen, trying to twist my words around it when it's literally a live video and it can be watched from the beginning? You're not going to convince every person that watches this video of your bullshit. Your bullshit is you don't like that I'm saying some things that are true because it hurts you because you're part of that demographic.
I think so.
And you've probably, if you're doing this to me right now, you've probably shown Karen Becky tendencies to other people in your life. So now you want to convince people that this video is about me saying that all whites, when I literally have explained no from the beginning and thanked the ones that aren't for not being the way you are. You ain't going to be the one. And she's backed up by Leslie Taylor Watson. Same, all caps. 10 or 11 different exclamation points. And both of them using the classic, what have I told my audience? What have I told you, all my followers? Mean girls are usually Becky's and Karen's. Obviously, all Becky's and Karen's are mean girls. All of them.
All Becky's and Karen's are mean girls. How freaking ignorant is this? Is she?
The two youth laughing emoticons? That's a classic sign. So Leslie says, same. I'm so effing confused. And then, of course, my supporters tell you if you don't like it, leave. And the other lady is like, right, leave. I love all races too. Yeah, they feel some type of way.
Sure you do.
Yeah, they do. They do. I just had a seizure trying to understand. Well, go take your seizure medication. Are you okay? Put a tongue depressor in your mouth. Did you pee yourself? If you pee yourself, it's probably a grand mal seizure. You should probably go to the hospital. Oh, I get it. You think you're funny, right? No.
Put a tongue depressor in your mouth?
They don't work here. I just had a seizure trying to understand what the F you're even talking about. I'm not sure if this is about Becky or Karen. Is Annie okay? Like, what's happening here? You're so cool. And then you have the cute, youthful picture with the pose like this. Look, they even come after you. Then you're going to be mad at throughout the day when they come after you. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to like delete some of you. You know that, right? You know that, right? There's a bunch of hate pages you can go to. A bunch of them. That's cool. Lisa Short. I don't know why you feel you have to say that. That's cool because I feel the same way. But for some reason you had the need to say that. Almost without actually implying it. You're saying it without saying it. You're trying to imply that I don't. If you all only knew what my type is. Lisa Short Garcia says, we teach not to see color. I don't care what skin tone someone is. We're all the same. Yeah, you're right. And guess what? I agree 100% with you. And to add to that, I teach my kids to be able to identify hate, regardless of the color of the person.
I don't think you're teaching your kids anything right now. Nope. I wonder why.
Regardless. And to never demonstrate it. Amen. Diane Smith, you can leave too. You can leave too. Latasha Leanne Trejo, you can leave too. You can leave too. You're probably a Hispanic Karen. I just talked about them earlier. What else? Good morning, Bridget.
Oh no. See what happens? You come back and you disrupt the whole stream.
Oh, did I? Well, I'm glad I could be of assistance.
Hate pages you can go to. You're trying to imply that I don't.
I think we need to be over and under.
Colored person.
Put me on top.
Almost done. Almost done.
And to never demonstrate it.
Oh, okay.
Amen. Diane Smith, you can leave too. You can leave too. Latasha Leanne Trejo, you can leave too. You can leave too. You're probably a Hispanic Karen. I just talked about them
Karen
earlier.
Kick.
What else? Good morning, Bridget.
Damn it.
Oh God. Don't blink in and out like that. Holy cow. That fucks with my mind.
Oh man.
I'm gonna have a nightmare.
You did not say that. After 200 years of your people literally oppressing them? Literally? You did not say that shit on my page. And you know I'm not even gonna delete your comment. Let them come.
So she's telling everybody how slave owners liked some slaves and they would have affairs with them. Well, she didn't say that part.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. But she's telling everybody how they would get a beating or they wouldn't. And she made it sound like she was there.
Of course she did.
Like she knew what the black slaves, and there were brown ones too, the black and the brown slaves were going through. She knows what they were going through. And I said, you don't know a damn friggin' thing. Don't even pretend that you think clueless.
You know. For you, girl.
She's
Let them
clueless.
come for you. Yes, there's racists in every single culture. There's racists in every single one.
And especially in you.
Who said there wasn't? You don't have to come over here and Karen-splain to me. Tell me something that I don't know. You can leave. You can leave. All the Karens of every color, you can leave. If you're a black Karen, bye. If you're a Hispanic Karen, bye. Bye. You too, Natasha. Let me put you out of your misery. There you go. I blocked you. Bye. Gone. Bye. What else? Yeah. Bonnie Erickson. Okay. We're all made in God's image. Oh, I understand that. But you know how long we've been saying that? When we had people enslaved, we were still saying that. You know that, right?
Hey, Sunshine, welcome to
right?
my channel.
And Christine, I've had enough of you.
I wonder if that's Sunshine Lucerne from Florida or California.
Mm-hmm.
You remember her?
Oh, yeah. No, she spelled it different. Sunshine was S-O-N, shine. S-O-N.
Yeah.
Not
Christine Marie, how? What do you mean? No, this needed to be said.
Still welcome.
I had to say this. Because to ignore that Vanessa Tijerina, a brown woman, is literally attacked on a daily by mostly white women. That
to ignore
matters.
her is attacking her, she says.
Yeah.
That matters. The fact that white women think that they can do this to brown or black women in the year 2022, it matters. It matters greatly.
Rebecca, I'm going to get to your comment in a second.
It matters greatly. And you can leave, Maria Gord Peterson. What is that? Gord? That's like a pumpkin, right? Bernice Cisneros, you can leave too. Make sure that I block you right after this. You can leave too. And let's go ahead and, where is it? Let's go ahead and, now you are, bye. You're leaving. Delete. And let's get rid of Danny already. You are totally a Karen. Okay, what else? What else? Of course, all the white people are going to say that. It don't matter what color we are.
Of course,
you were never changed, man. You were never treated the way Hispanics were treated.
Concentration camps.
Even the poor ones of you were never treated as badly as blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans were treated. Like, for real?
Oh, yeah? If you guys, there's a documentary on, I think it's called The Cotton Picking Truth about I think it's The Cotton Picking Truth about slavery. It's on Prime, Amazon Prime. It's got good information. The documentary itself is not that well made. And I mean that technically the sound is off on some of the interviews and it goes from very soft to very loud, but it's really good. They speak to people who were there, even in modern times that were there, and their ancestors were there. They tell these stories, which are horrible, but I think it's important to know a lot of what went on. So if you get a chance, check out The Cotton Picking Truth. It's on Amazon Prime.
Like, for real? You're going to, yeah, we know we're all equal, but we don't all get treated equal. That's the problem. Okay, like,
I don't know. I'm sure there's some areas in this country. Generally speaking, I think people are treated pretty well. I mean, everyone. Yes, there are pockets of uprisings that this happens, or I know there was a rash of people beating Chinese because of the freaking coronavirus and all that, which is idiotic. But it was sporadic. It wasn't everywhere.
Yeah, but that just shows you the ignorance of some people.
Yeah, and there are people who want you to look for racism and want to say it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
And the people that say that are usually the racist people.
Yeah, and there's an agenda. There's a reason for saying that. All right, we only got a minute left.
For real. Everybody, you can leave. It's okay. Bye. We won't miss you here. I won't miss you here. I won't miss you here. Okay,
Of course you
can,
won't.
I promise you, we will be okay without you. We will be okay.
Of course you will.
Thank you. Thank you. It sounds refreshing to see some love after all that hate. I'm not even kidding. Diana Luna
You
Rio
and your
says, we have your
areola
back,
will be
Vanessa.
just
You are
fine.
only addressing the issues that no one else is willing to say. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Only addressing the issues that no one is willing to say. What did she say that's so fascinating?
Her issues. That's the only issues nobody will address are hers. But if she goes and she finds somebody willing to give her some couch time, they'll address them. They'll probably lock her ass up, but they'll address them.
Almost done here.
After all that hate, I'm not even kidding. Diana Luna Rio says, we have your back, Vanessa. You are only addressing the issues that no one else is willing to say. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Leslie Taylor Watson. You're awful. And I'm going to make a little video about you. Okay.
Look out, Leslie.
You're an especially wicked little Karen, aren't you? Aren't you? Mm-hmm. Delete and block. All right.
We're done.
I've had to say everything I've had to say. And yeah, I love y'all. Bye.
And there she was.
You want to talk about somebody that's sick in the head? You guys want to share the video and show everyone, check out this crazy person talking here.
She is she's got some problems, some issues that need to be worked through. And she needs some couch time.
That's for sure. Oh man.
I mean, everybody can use a little bit of couch time to work through some issues. But this one, she needs a whole lot of couch time. A whole lot of.
The nerve.
Now, me, on the other hand, there's not enough couch time in the world to fix what's wrong with this.
You'd be on the couch for a couple of years without getting up.
A couple of fucking centuries. What are you talking about?
But the nerve of someone who has no idea what African American people and their ancestors went through, those that were here, those were slaves, for her to think she knows what that was like. There's a phrase that Ice Cube uses, which I'm not going to say. He used it in the movie. It's a derogatory term, but I'm not going to say it. But
what
she
movie?
got some balls. It's been said in a lot of movies. It's. I'm not even going to go there. But I can hear him going, and it's not "Bye, Felicia." It's something, please. So this chick is whack.
Carl, please.
Yeah. So I got a feeling. I'll be back later this evening. I don't know if Bam will. I sure will.
I'll probably be back. I napped throughout the day.
Hey, Linda Cruz. Yeah, this is disgusting. I mean, here she is calling everyone out, calling everyone a racist, a hater. But here she comes on night after night, day after day, hour after hour, showing herself to be
in the mirror, and she can't look at the mirror and call herself a racist hater. She can't do it because she's not, but she really is. But in her mind, she's not.
So Rebecca asked this earlier, how can you stand streaming this crazy lady? It's not easy. It's getting harder and harder. You know, for one, she spews a lot of the same old stuff over and over again. So that's one thing.
Over and over. Mm-hmm.
Two, the ridiculousness of what she says. It's hard to just sit here and just, you know what? But she needs to be exposed because she wants to run for office, and she does often. So, again, it's a public service. This is your candidate. She wants to be in Congress, or she wants to be a senator, or whatever. She wants to be a governor. She wants to be mayor, whatever it is. People don't do their research. She'll get a lot of votes from people around Uvalde. Oh, she was saying she was, supporting us, and she says, poor Uvalde, and so she'll get some votes. She will, and that's what she does. That's her MO. So, why do I stream? To show. I don't call her names. I don't talk about her physical appearance. Yeah, I'll leave that for him. And that's not my place to do that.
But I don't say anything she doesn't say. She says she has a fat ass. I'll say she has a fat ass. I do call her a crackhead, though. And we have her on video smoking something out of a pipe. Whether it's a crack pipe, I don't know. Pot pipe, I don't know. But to me, it's a crackhead. She's on something, and she's great. She's crackhead TV for me.
Yep.
She's my crackhead TV.
So the reason for streaming it is for that. She wants to run for a national federal office of some type. Then people need to know who she is. And that crack video, she'll never admit to it. Here, where is a comment from?
That wasn't me. That was somebody that looked like me. They hired an actress.
You go to her page right here, No More Cheese Keys Lies. And you see that? That's a photo from the video. She's lighting that crack pipe, and she smokes it in the nude. She's naked. You don't see anything, but you can tell she's naked.
Hunter Biden.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they were FaceTiming each other when this was going on.
They could have been. You don't know.
So you can visit No More Cheese Keys Live. Check out their page. Follow them too, and you'll see stuff. This is there. This is an actual clip.
She's got the picture right there. She's using her picture right there, lighting the crack pipe.
Yep. So none of that is made up. It's not fake. It's not photoshopped. None of that. That's all 100% true. So, anyway, the day is young. It's only 4:25, and she did this video early this morning. I don't know, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, something like that, 10 o'clock. And so I got a feeling there's going to be more. Just a feeling. Just a hunch.
Well, there always is with this one.
Yeah. So, Bam, glad you made it back. Just in time to say goodbye for now.
It's a sad, sad, sad time when we have to bid adieu.
Yeah, but it's only for a little while. I'm pretty sure we'll be back later. And even if she doesn't go live, we'll come back later and do some other kind of. And
I still haven't seen.
One thing I wanted.
Still haven't seen the neck slapping video.
You didn't see it?
No.
I played it last night.
Bed.
Should I play the next?
Remember, I'm older than you are. I can't hang all night.
Oy vey.
Especially when I've been up since the rooster crack of dawn.
Do I need to play the next slapping
donkey
video?
Crack of dawn. Yeah, play the neck slapping real quick.
All right.
Appease me.
You guys want to see some neck slapping? If it was a sport, she would win. You want to see some neck slapping? Neck slapping?
Maybe it is a sport. Maybe she has a trophy. You don't know.
Okay. I warned you.
All right. Neck slapping. Here we go.
Neck slapping 101. Here we go.
And I'm going to do it again. In the officer's view. The officer literally is right there. Toma tu pinche lechita. Y toma tu pinche lechita to her followers. And I'm going to do it again.
One more time.
In the officer's view. The officer literally is right there.
Okay. So she's on something. The cops are there, and she's slapping herself.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. One more time. And
I'm going to do it again.
Do it again.
In the officer's view. The officer literally is right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So enjoy that. You can replay it after this is over. This is posted at a lower place. And Bam and I will be back later. We'll talk about something. If it's not her, we'll figure something out. And we will entertain you all.
We can always talk about AOC. She got fake arrested.
Yeah, did you see her put her hands behind her back and get fake?
I seen her.
She wasn't handcuffed, but she put her hands behind her back.
No, she wasn't handcuffed, but she wanted the world to believe she was.
And did the perp walk.
Yeah. She wanted the world to believe she was arrested.
She was doing that, I think, if I'm not mistaken, somebody called to do a wellness check, and they were just sitting there, and a wellness check for very good reason, apparently.
Yeah, something was wrong with her that night, for sure. Too much something, not enough of something else.
Oh, yeah, that's there's a lot more there, people. All right, go have your dinner or make your way home from work or whatever you guys are doing. Be careful, be safe on the road, and we'll come back to y'all later. Dinner time. What are you doing for dinner? What are you having for dinner, Bam?
I actually made Salisbury steak in the crock pot, and the nephew just made some instant mashed potatoes. So it's Salisbury steak and mashed potatoes for us.
Man, I gotta taste. I want to eat some wings. I feel like having wings.
B-dubs.
I only do it once a year.
Wings.
I only do it once a year.
Wings. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
Lies.
do. They do.
All
well, I don't have a B-dubs anymore. They went away from Brownsville. We got Wingstop, and they're okay too.
They're not bad.
The wings are real little, smaller.
What do you got, Hooters?
Nope. They took away our Hooters.
They took away your hoo-hoo.
I've got. You know what was good was CNC wings, and that was pretty good. I don't know. I'll figure out
Wingstop.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You know, Domino's has decent wings. Pizza Hut used to have really good wings when they had the Wing Street.
Blue cheese.
They changed it again.
Blue cheese, right here. Blue cheese.
I like.
You do blue cheese or ranch? It's got to be the blue cheese. And
once in a great while, I'll change it up and do some blue cheese.
Crispy.
Yes, I got to have my wings well done.
Yes, well done for sure. Nothing.
And I can't do these millennial wings, the boneless wings, because it's not a wing. It's a fucking nugget. It is a freaking chicken nugget.
Agreed.
Not a
boneless wing is not a wing. It's just a freaking chicken nugget.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
But the millennials, they can't have a wing on there or a bone on there.
You know, I used to go to a Chinese restaurant a lot nearby, and every time I'd get the sweet and sour chicken, the owner would come and go, "Why do you get this for? It's just chicken nuggets. Why are you coming here for chicken nuggets?" And finally, it was like, "Yeah, he's right. He's right."
It is a chicken nugget. I love the flats too, Joanne. That's my favorite.
Yeah, those are good. Damn it! Now I got a taste for wings. Oh, to have all the money in the world. If I had all the money in the world, man, I'd be pushing maximum.
Gwen Stefani. Right, you would be Gwen Stefani singing "If I Was a Rich Man."
If I was, I would be eating. I'd get like a 15-piece wings right now. With the Wingstop makes the best fries. Seasoned fries at Wingstop. So good. So good. Now I'm getting hungry. I mean, it's like instantly my stomach went. All righty.
That just means you're backed up already.
Dinner time. We will talk to you guys later. Have a good afternoon, everyone.